Hey, hi, welcome back to Digit.in. My name is Vignesh. Now, we have seen from the house of Lenovo in the past the IdeaPad and, of course, the ThinkPad. But there's a new name in town, and it's called the ThinkBook. Let's see how it did in our review, shall we? Let's start with performance. Everyday performance of the review unit was pretty good. I was able to use everyday applications such as Word, Excel, OneNote, Chrome, File Explorer, Photos, and WhatsApp for PC independently without having to wait for a long time for any of them to open. All of these apps behaved well and responded quickly. File open times were especially fast. However, the window switcher showed a noticeable amount of lag almost every time I hit Alt plus Tab. The switcher often remained on the screen for over one whole second after I had released the combination keys for switching windows. I observed that killing the process titled lenovo.modern.imcontroller.pluginhost in Task Manager made the lag in the Windows switching go away completely. By my understanding, it was an errant process sprouting from Lenovo's System Interface Foundation package, which helps the bundled Lenovo Vantage app do its hardware scans. If this lag issue is persistent across Lenovo's current laptops, then the company ought to do something to fix it. Performance otherwise on the ThinkBook 14 was quite good. On our standard battery benchmark test, our review unit scored an unexpectedly low 2 hours 50 minutes. In our everyday use scenarios, however, the review unit performed much better. With the screen brightness set to 80%, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, the review unit's battery level fell from 100% to 88% in a little over an hour. During that time, the laptop was tasked with heavy browsing and background music playback through USB headphones. When the screen brightness was pushed to full, the battery's drain rate increased noticeably. The review unit lost over 16% of its full charge in about 45 minutes. In summary, the ThinkBook 14 should last you up to 6 hours on battery power if you play your cards right, which is decent but nowhere close to great. Our review unit of ThinkBook 14 came with a 14-inch TN panel with an anti-glare finish and Full HD resolution. After just a day's use, it was easy to tell that the panel sorely lacked contrast, brightness, and color. Text appeared grainy and almost completely unreadable when the lid was pushed forward. Colors on the whole were dull and washed out, making even document work a proper pain. The ThinkBook 14's display is honestly amongst the worst I have come across on a laptop of its price. The sound from the review unit's two downfiring speakers was flat and unexciting even with the bundled Dolby Audio app set to music mode. In a popular tune like The Weeknd's Starboy, highs and mids sounded mostly distorted while lows were completely absent. The two weak bottom-facing units on the ThinkBook 14 are thus best saved for simple speeches and unplanned video calls. At any rate, you might want to get yourself a good headset for video calls because the max volume isn't all that much. The drivers on the review unit fail to fill a small empty conference room. The ThinkBook 14 comes with plenty of ports for connectivity. On the left side, we see a LAN port, a USB-A 3.1 port, two USB-C 3.1 ports, and a 3.5mm jack for headsets. On the right side, we see a proprietary power port, a USB-A 3.1 port, a full-size SD card reader, and a Lenovo hidden port. That's basically a USB-A 2.0 port that's tucked away deep inside a tethered flap with enough space to accommodate a wireless mouse's dongle. This nifty little parking space for dongles is easily the most intelligent feature I've seen on a laptop in recent times. If you've bought many new mice over lost dongles, then you'll come to appreciate this little innovation. The ThinkBook 14 features a physical sliding shutter for its webcam, and this means you no longer have to go around taping that camera shut with sticky notes that peel off easily. The ThinkBook 14 has one more trick up its sleeve. Its large circular power button doubles as a fingerprint scanner, and this means you push the button once with a registered fingerprint and Windows 10 will boot up and log you right in without asking for authentication a second time. This thoughtful feature is bound to save you some time and energy when you're hurriedly getting set up for a meeting or presentation. Good job there on that, Lenovo. ThinkBook 14 comes with onboard data encryption. What that means is it's equipped with a discrete Trusted Platform Module 2.0 chip, which is dedicated for data encryption. Now, the keys on it look the same as those on, say, the IdeaPad S540, but they're far more easy to press. What's more, they come with dedicated keys for call, answer, and end. These keys are programmed to work with calling apps such as Skype on Windows. Like the display and battery benchmark score, the touchpad on the ThinkBook 14 is an unexpected disappointment. Touchpad has a large and smooth surface but is simply not a modern Windows 10 recognized precision unit. In other words, the pointer movement isn't very linear and the touchpad doesn't support multi-finger taps and swipes natively. The only consolation then is that the click keys under the touchpad surface are very easy to press. The ThinkBook 14 takes after the IdeaPad more than it does the ThinkPad. In fact, in its plain silver color option, it looks like a slightly beefed up IdeaPad S540. And that's not a bad thing at all. The top and bottom covers are made of anodized aluminium and the laptop offers sufficient grip when it's being pulled out of a bag or carried around between conference rooms. Though it weighs an industry accepted 1.5 kilograms, the ThinkBook 14 feels heavier than most 14 inches in the same price range. A large but dull ThinkBook badge adorns the lower right corner of the top cover, giving the laptop its identity. Opening the lid reveals a 14-inch display with a matte finish. It's surrounded by fairly thick horizontal bezels. Like almost every other Lenovo out there, the ThinkBook 14 has a display that folds all the way back to 180 degrees, which is convenient if you're working from the bed often. Lenovo says the laptop's keyboard is designed to withstand minor liquid spills, which means if you knock over your lime mint cooler, you should turn the laptop over immediately to drain it. Because it's not a pure-blooded ThinkPad, it doesn't get drain holes at the bottom. Oh, and it also doesn't get that famous track point and dedicated click keys. But that's only fair, right? Okay then, let's sum up the ThinkBook 14. What do I like about it? I like the typing experience I get from it and the fact that it's got a 10th Gen Core i7 CPU. It's good for computing in just about every scenario. Well, what don't I like about it? It's quite obvious really. It's got a horrible display and a non-precision touchpad. Now, these are two things that Lenovo really has to work on with this model. Apart from that, it's a pretty good laptop anyway. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta.